All right, Earthlings, welcome back to another stream of consciousness on the Thundering Dice channel with your boys, the Thundering Dice Brothers. And you guys know the drill. Just like every game stream of consciousness, we're going to kill some zombies. In this case, some zombies in Shinonuma, I guess, so Japan somewhere. And we are going to discuss some sort of a stream of consciousness idea. We like to have some framework, generally. Today's will be something plucked out of the Wheel of Time, quite the end of the Wheel of Time. In fact, the unwritten end part of the Wheel of Time. What we think or what we hope some of the characters might have been doing after the events of the last battle. You know, Rand is sort of Zen Rand and has some godlike powers. Matt and Tuon ostensibly are probably going to Shan Shan to stop the civil war there. Nynaeve and Lan are going to go rebuild Malkir. Cadsuane is going to lead the White Tower to disaster, probably. Loghain is going to take over or sort of resume leadership of the Black Tower and fulfill the mantra of the Black Tower protects, while the Aes Sedai's mantra is we serve. So we'll see how long that holds. Anyway, let's start with the low-hanging fruit, the apple of the orchard, so to speak. Mr. Rand, Al, Thor, / Luce Theron, Kinslayer, / many other names in each spin of the wheel. What do you think Rand is going to get up to with all his post-last battle free time?
I say he, at least at first, is going to take a well-deserved vacation, enjoying the fruits of his labor, exploring the world that he just saved, meeting people. Like, I envision a lot of, you know, what happened at the very beginning with, like, you know, him and Matt hitching rides on the back of carts, maybe, you know, sleeping in barns or, you know, under the stars.
Just that reminds me, it'd be really dope if he became a Gleeman.
Ooh. That would...
Gets Tom's old cloak, since he's gonna hang it up to be Moraine's husband. Oh no, he's gonna be a Gleeman still. That's right. They did talk about wanting to be Gleeman, so he could travel with Tom and be his apprentice.
He could.
Time is a circle.
I don't see it happening. Like, I don't see him following, becoming a Gleeman. I don't see him following any one of the characters as an apprentice. Like, I see him doing his own thing.
I think it'd be awfully charming if he was like, you know, we don't know what his lifespan is going to be. Is it going to be channeler lifespan? Is it going to be normal person lifespan? Like, is it kind of like a Captain Sheridan moment where he's brought back to the dead and gets 25 years sort of thing? That's definitely unclear.
Yeah,
so if we assume he's got a longer lived life, but let's say he's got the full 600 that a untruth rotted Aes Sedai might get, right?
Yeah.
Then why not do whatever he wants, become an apprentice for a little while and dick around with Tom. There's a long time to play with.
There is, but Tom's lifespan isn't that long. Tom will die probably before Rand gets around to apprenticing it up, if he decided to do that.
Moraine's awfully young too. She's gonna live for a long time. I mean,
yeah.
If Cadsuane follows through with the plan that Egwene had to allow sisters to retire from being Aes Sedai, which also means being freed from their bonds to the Oath Rod, they could ostensibly live the extra 300 years that they're entitled to, just like the kin were.
Yep. Yeah.
Then she could keep living. I mean, she's probably only in her 50s or something, or 60s.
Because she's a novice. She's just finishing up training when Gatora has her
foretelling right before she's gonna be an Aes Sedai. So we know that she's an Aes Sedai for 20 years.
Yeah, so she's super young.
Yeah. So I was thinking she can't be more than maybe even 50. Somebody will correct us about this who might have the Wheel of Time companion close at hand, because I'm sure there's a birth date in there for her.
Yeah, there definitely is. Yeah, it's somewhere between 50 and 60 is my guess. So yeah, she's got the majority of her life to chill out. Though, I guess, who knows what the effects of spending so much time in the Earthlings or Aelfins, whichever one's realm, getting slowly drained of power as food. That might have an effect on her body. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because well, do they ever talk... Is it ever mentioned that strength in the power is correlated with longevity? I think it's kind of implied that way sometimes, right? Because You think about Cadsuane, very strong in the power, very old.
Yeah.
But now that
but for Cadsuane specifically, I always took that as like her mission was to shepherd the Dragon Reborn to the last battle, and she was such a stubborn goat that she refused to die.
She's not
before
gonna die
it
until
happened.
Rand appeared.
And and I'm pretty sure that she's not gonna lead the tower long. I mean, maybe a decade at most. Afterwards, I just don't see it. I just don't see her doing it for super long. And I also kind of
choice for Merlin too, because she's of the old school, you know. Like in my day, when a sitter spoke, a bunch of novices jumped sky high. Man.
Yeah,
she's like that. Like they need a progressive leader. Like Egwene dying is probably it was good for the world, but not great for the tower because they need a strong personality. Check, Egwene had that. Visionary ideas for the future of all channelers, not just the Aes Sedai. Check.
Yeah, but this is where this runs into a big problem in my this the future of the tower only works if you get rid of the Oath Rod.
Well, what about her contention in Winter's Heart, speaking with Nynaeve and Elaine and Teleron Riyadh, I believe. No, it must have been Teleron Riyadh, yeah. She's talking about the Oath Rod is what makes Aes Sedai. It's what sets them apart from other channelers. While you know that the truth can be manipulated and it can be twisted around until it's not exactly what you think it is, if an Aes Sedai says something is so, she at the very least believes it 100%. And that is something that allows them to be everywhere, influence everybody, and adjust politics for good or bad how they decide they need to.
This is why.
So it does make Aes Sedai.
Luz would definitely disagree.
The definition of Aes Sedai changed though since Luz Theron.
Okay, that's true, but
servant of all is what it's supposed to mean. Sorry, I'm trying to save you, but
there are too many zombies. Don't try to save me. Well, okay. The reason I say the Oath Rod is no longer relevant and actually a hindrance is because the Black Tower exists, and I don't see a world where Loghain willingly accepts that restriction.
I wonder about that too. Yeah, the whole Black Tower scenario is really, really unfinished mess.
Yeah.
That I don't know if Jordan had anything better planned for it, but Sanderson, I don't know where he would have put it in there anyway. I mean, those 3 books are so long and there's so much happens in them already. I don't know how you could have had another. You'd need like a 14th or 15th book just for an epilogue. You know, the epilogue to the epilogue. This is the. We're going to tie up a bunch of loose ends. It's like the anti-Silmarillion. Instead of the prequel, the history of the world before Lord of the Rings, it's a brief history of the world after Rand dies. Like,
yeah. You would have to have something like that. So I think the Oath Rod ultimately will become null and void sooner or later.
But why does it matter so much to the Black Tower? Because there's always been groups of channelers that are not bound by the Oath Rod. There were the Kin.
But you started talking.
Wilder. There's the Sea Folk.
Well, that also.
The Aiel. Like before the Aes Sedai existed, there were still tons of powerful channelers out there.
Well, no, okay,
would
yeah.
The Black Tower be an exception to that? Because they don't claim to be Aes Sedai.
No, but.
Aes Sedai have that advantage of the Oath, not advantage and disadvantage. They have the we can't lie advantage, so everything I tell you will be the truth.
But not everyone knows that. It's not like common knowledge about the 3 Oaths.
But I think that the people that rule do.
Well, the people that rule do. Okay, yeah, sure, but the plebeians who.
I think a better argument would be what is the role of the White Tower going forward? Because manipulation and preventing warfare is less the role now. It should much more be focused on healing the world, fostering unity, and research and development of a more I don't know, a better society post Dark One, post Sidene Taint. That's what they should be working for.
You should be, yeah, but considering everything we know about the White Tower and the Aes Sedai, you just know they're not going to do that. Because they're self-centered pigs, basically. They are
do you think any of them would have, so you don't think any of them will have learned the lesson? Because
no.
When you think about it, a lot of the old Aes Sedai will have died, sure, and Egwene made great strides in bringing more people into the ranks of the White Tower before the last battle, but the last battle was a decimating battle. Who knows how many survive this? How many novices slash... I mean, you would actually assume a lot of the novices and accepted survived because they were not called into battle. They were more ancillary, fetch, carry, heal sort of roles. They were never called to the front lines in all of the last battles, so you may actually have a situation where the majority of the power users in the tower are younger, except for a few select ones that survived, like Cadsuane. So there may be some fresh, less conservative ideas.
There might be. Color me a little skeptical, though, just because of their whole history. I just don't see them being that bendable or that amenable to change, even if it is a younger category of Aes Sedai who take over the mantle. I just think, like, the whole... Like, the tower itself just would not, like, disintegrate, because it's stronger than that, but...
Damn it.
I just
Don't tell the story, just quick revive.
Bollocks. I'm gonna go to doctor's quarters and check out what's there.
I'll follow you there.
Yeah, like, I'm just not...
I think the role of the Cadsuane's role right now has to be to figure out what the next course of action, and for better or worse, Nynaeve should be involved with it. Like, she is a powerful queen, and one of the most
for fuck's sake.
powerful Aes Sedai, not just of her age, but of kind of all ages. Like, you know, she stands toe to toe with some of the Forsaken, and in the acceptance test, for what it's worth, she defeats Agenor in that accepted test.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, that's as real to life as life is. I think that's that power, that ability is correct. So she could go over against multiple of the Forsaken. So my point is valid. She's extremely powerful. She's a queen of a developing nation. She's one of the most powerful Aes Sedai of her age. She personally knew the Dragon Reborn and the previous Merlin, who were both like fucking legends and will be forever. Yeah, she's gonna have a lot of people wanting to talk to her, and she's gonna have to be involved with the rebuilding of more than just Malkier, because on some level, the White Tower needs her there too. The vision of the new Aes Sedai needs to, in some way, be modeled after a little bit of Nynaeve's, like, actual servant and helpful person, and be out in the world, not separate from it, sort of mentality.
Yeah. Which, I mean, like, to me, I opened up whichever one it is to get Juggernog, so you should go get that. But, like, I kind of envision that...
There's a lot of zombies, though.
Yeah. That, like, she would be the... Like, because you don't know how many Yellow Sitters survive, but my guess is that she is going to be the head of the Yellow Aja.
You think so?
Yeah. But to a certain respect, it'll be kind of like a removed Yellow Aja, because, like, her power base will be in Malkier, and I think that's where she'll spend most of her time, so long as Lan is alive. So I kind of think that the Yellow might not, like, split off from the tower, but there might be a, for lack of a better word, let's call it a cult of personality following that follows her to Malkier, and she just sort of sets it up that way. And then when Lan dies and their son takes over, or daughter takes over, whoever takes over Malkier, she then goes back to the tower. That's how I envision her story slowly progressing.
I could see her becoming the head of the Yellow after all that happens. I would imagine that she would travel a lot back and forth, because distance means nothing in this time now.
That's true.
Everyone else has access to traveling, yeah. So what they're going to have to do is start developing wards against traveling. You ward a room so you can't travel into it. That seems like a no-brainer thing to research, because privacy still matters.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah. Travel distance doesn't matter. Meeting people in Teleron Riyadh is a cinch. Yeah. So I think she'll be involved in that way from afar, but I don't think she'll want to take over a leadership role of the Yellows, and I think that she's probably much more comfortable, you know, being out there and learning about healing, and I don't think she's ever going to stop studying. I think she's going to take that charge of being able to heal madness very seriously, because there's no way she would have had time to get to every single Ashaman that was tainted before the last battle.
Oh,
and some of them are bound to have been or have survived. So
Yeah.
that's quite a big mission. I think that she probably holds very, very dear because it's one of the last things Rand charged her with.
Yeah. I mean, we know at least one. We know at least two. Ajumon that. Well, actually, technically, Androl was never made a full Ajumon. No, he was at the very end.
Yeah, and he's got. That's such a Brandon Sanderson move to make the lowest Ashaman have a weirdly specific talent that no one. Talents existed before this, but not like that. You know, some people were slightly better at certain things. Some people had an affinity for Earth where others didn't, or something of that nature, you know. But
not just like making gateways. You're like you're the weakest person in the power, but you can make a gateway larger than anyone.
And also being able to defeat the Dream Spike with gateways. How? Why?
Yeah.
Like, what pattern breaking rule do you have? Like, power do you have? No one else can break the pattern like that. Rand came close, like balls.
I would say that I would say that Androl doesn't necessarily have anything special about him in that respect. I would say that the pattern needed it to happen, so he was able to do it.
Okay.
It's kind of a cop-out, but unfortunately the wheel is a cop-out.
As the wheel wills.
Yeah.
That is the ultimate, like, and it's Robert Jordan's thing too. It's like, you're thinking too much about this.
Yeah.
You know?
No, yeah.
I can hear him in the background being like, guys, oh, maybe not. There's a lot of things that he wanted to write about in the post-battle world that never got to happen. So,
let's switch over to Matt and Tuon.
Yeah, because that's a pretty.
That one?
That has the most potential for like
a
story
story.
Legs, like legs on the story. If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
So
know,
like definitely, so they definitely have to return to Shan-Chan to A, stop the Civil War, B, you have to quit that leashing shit out. You just got to stop. You have to the Damani and Saldamon, and all of that needs to end because it is just pure evil. You need to end the slavery that is rampant in Shan-Chan. Like everything that Ishamael did needs to be undone. And
over the course of 3,000 years, like, I don't know if everybody gets that.
2,000.
You know, 2,000 years, excuse me. But when he's there touching the events and manipulating things and just going insane, all the bad things, all the distrust, all the wars and stuff, he's got a hand in a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Because he's powerful, insidious. He's got time on his side.
Yeah, and he thought he was the Dark One, so he has even a big excuse. Even though at some times when Rand calls him, you know, like the father of lies and shit like that, he's like, "Ooh, you." He doesn't say like you elevate me, but she's like, "You give me too much credit and you belittle yourself." So like part of him knows that he's not actually Shaitan, but he just doesn't quite know. It's a weird little like facsimile of two thoughts.
It's madness. So
well, yeah, it's his madness.
Doesn't necessarily have to make a lot of logical sense, does it?
No. That's why I just like it. Yeah, but like like undoing all of that would take longer than Matt's lifetime. Because I mean, like,
because for better or worse, he and Perrin, as far as we know, are going to live completely normal length lives. They don't have any magic powers to extend their lives. Matt will live till he's like 80, and so will Perrin, and that's it.
Yeah.
And so will Fael.
Yeah, so will Fael, and so will... Well, now here's an interesting question, though. If Tuon doesn't start channeling and harnessing her abilities, does she have a longer lifespan or not? I'm gonna guess not, because
I would assume it's not the soul, it's the connection.
Yeah, because if all the Soldam had that same ability, they'd all be living 600 years, and that's very clearly, that's never specifically stated, so I'm gonna guess.
And I think they would, because they state often that some Damane are very old.
Yeah.
Like Olivia has been a Damane for 400 years or something crazy like that before the events of Falma.
Yeah, exactly. So she'll probably live a normal lifespan, or she'll get a better one if she starts.
And you know, I think it would make sense for the healing of Shan-Chan if she did embrace channeling, like the Empress.
It's the only way I could see it starting to happen. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And then she may be very, very hard pressed to do it, but oh my God, I'm getting just totally screwed by the box right now, and I'm not having a good time.
Yeah, you're like Rand under Galena's protection.
Rand under Galena's protection.
When he's in the box.
Oh, I was thinking later on Galena and Fail crap, and I was like, wait, are you sure you're talking about Rand? Because that's that part in Winter's Heart at where it happens. God damn it, you know. Or I'm past it, but you know, it happens in the beginning of that book.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So,
I just know we're in for just so many pages, so many books of just chasing Fail. And,
Yeah, the
I'm not a
long-
good leader. Anyway, now
Yeah.
we're
That's already
we're
happened.
looking forward, not
backward.
So
So yeah, like that. So that would definitely be.
Matt and Tuon. Yeah, yeah, I agree. She has to be the one that converts to accepting being a channeler.
Yeah, and you know that like putting down the rebellion and reestablishing order in Shan-Chan is going to require Matt's fucking tactical brilliance, because as we've explained, you know, it's been all fucked and corrupted by Shamael and shit like that, and they're all fruitcakes there. So the rebellion's got to be pacified by force.
And you know, it would make a lot of sense if you use the Sildan strategically. Start training them on the mainland before you go over, as a staging ground. You know, you have the Dragon's Peace, and you can probably get some allies from the mainland to help you out. Aes Sedai, Aiel, and of course, just possibly even soldiers who may have a vested interest. You can make some kind of a compact with Elaine, because, or prepare. I don't know.
I think
you can try to force some alliances.
Yeah, I mean, like soldiering, especially after the last battle. I mean, there's going to be plenty of people who, I mean, like, who have no place in a world of peace that still need to do something and don't want to be farmers. So, you know, and she's rich enough. You'll throw some coin on, you'll get plenty of volunteers.
Oh my god, I had to go run in and buy a BAR. This is not going to go well for me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay. Yeah. And yeah, if you can train the Soldam, and if you can convince some of them to go over, accept it, and say this is a world worth fighting for, and a new world where you are going to be honored, powerful people still, and the Damane, you will be freed. Please don't murder us all.
Yeah.
And we're going to conquer Sanshan together, and now you have twice as many channelers, possibly. Or maybe more than twice as many, because they've mentioned before that there are never as many Damane as Soldam, so more people can learn how to channel than are born with a spark.
I kind of wonder if, like, this might be a little too black and white, scorched earth, but I kind of wonder if the only way that Shan-Chen can be reclaimed is like a straight up slave revolt where the majority of the people in power and like a decent amount of just people have to be culled from the population because they are just too bigoted to accept any type of change. They didn't live through the last battle. They don't know the Trollocs are real. They think it's all fucking fairy tales and shit like that.
Yeah, that's right. They wouldn't believe any of this shit. Oh my god, yeah. So you have to convince an entire isolated brainwashed population that, in fact, the last battle happened, we won, and we were wrong about a lot of things. And turns out we've allowed all these infallible empresses to be manipulated by, you know, true valued Balsamon for thousands of years.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be a... Oof. Yeah, I just don't... Yeah, I don't see any real good way of getting that... Ooh, alright, reload. Of getting Shan-Chen back into some semblance of an order without a shitload of bloodshed.
Yeah, so definitely Matt needs to do Matt things. And obviously I don't think they're going to be Tavern anymore, right? I would imagine that they're all freed from that tangle. So they don't have plot armor as much as they used to. They're no longer... I mean, the pattern spun them out for this purpose. Is Matt's purpose yet fulfilled? Is it one of those situations where he's still vaguely Tavern?
I'm going to say he's still Tavern.
What about Perrin?
Perrin
is still Wolf Brother as shit.
Perrin,
he's the most OP dude.
Is the strong? Yeah, I mean, like outside Rand because of his innateness. Like no one can like. Oh shit. Like Perrin can just Balsamon. Yeah, like Perrin can just disappear into the Wolf Dream whenever he wants. He can basically travel just in a different mechanism, but like sort of same idea. I mean, he still has the connection to the wolves, so you know he's got a friend base there.
Hopper's there. All the wolves that he fought with in the last battle will be there.
Yeah.
He can fast travel as well now because he can. And I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's as dangerous for him as it is for other people. He was able to just shift in and out of the Wolf Dream like split-second timing, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's fun watching him chase.
Or Luke / Slayer, yeah.
Yeah. And then Luke like turning around, like, "Oh my God, he's there! God, I have to get out of here!" And
oh my God, I was so dumb. No.
yeah, you're dead.
Oh man, that was. Well, much like the turning of the wheel, this one has turned and ground us into dust.
Indeed. If you like this short synopsis of what might happen in the future of Randland, give us a comment, give us a subscribe, give us a like, tell us what you think, tell us where we're wrong, where you might think some of our characters will go.
And next time we'll get to the other characters.
Yes.
Because there are many, and we've spoken a few.
Indeed. So until next time, guys, stay safe, stay sound, and we will catch you on the flip side.